Okay, so this is something that I thought I saw when I first got into real estate. The question was, should you buy in cash or buy using debt? So by buying cash, we're going to use an example here. We're going to buy $100,000 house. So the scenario is going to be, are you going to take that $100,000 that you have just laying around and go out and buy one property for $100,000? Or are we going to go and put 20% down on uh, multiple rentals instead and use bank financing for the rest. And the goal here is to find what the difference is in terms of cash flow, net worth, and all of that, right? So here, what we're going to do is we have some assumptions here. I'm just picking the Orlando market because it was easy. I did some light research. I didn't do too much digging. But our target average cash on cash return is 2.57% in today's, actually in 2023. These are 2023 numbers. That means if we're going to put down 20% and our target cash on cash is 2.57%, we want cash flow that is rents minus PITI, uh, rents minus expenses, all expenses, including 20% that you put away for war chest, saving for CapEx, vacancy, repairs, and maintenance. You should be left with $514 per door. I know, really high, but this is just an example. We also have an average rent escalation of 2.3% year over year and an average appreciation in this market at 3%. Again, these are from 2023. So we're just going to use them in a very simple model. We're going to put 20% down for the ones that we're using leverage, but for the ones where we are paying cash, or for the one that we're paying cash, it's 100% down. I hear footsteps. Uh, so 20% down, obviously, if we're going to pay cash, that's 100% down. But either way, this is just here so you see it. 20% of $100,000 is obviously $20,000. Uh, Homeowners insurance, again, just rough estimates. This is for the on an annual basis, so we're going to do $125 monthly. Same thing with property taxes. We're just getting an estimated number, and then we're breaking it out by month. So our principal and interest, if we do 20% down and $80,000 financed at 7.5%, which is about what you're going to get right now. Your PI, your principal and interest payment is going to be about 560 bucks a month. So your total principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is going to be 783. And let me just quickly double check. 783, yeah. We also have property management of 10%. So your property management amount is going to be 10% of the estimated rent, and then your war chest savings is 20%. Now, I'm willing to give this calculator to whoever wants it. Anything that's highlighted in blue is a formula. Anything that's not, you can adjust. So if let's just say you want to adjust this to be 8% property management, you can. But yeah, we're at 10%. Okay, and then so from here, we're going to run our scenarios two different ways. We're going to do um, we're going to buy in cash. So if we look at a house that we buy, that we purchase in cash, and we're going to look over a 5-year period, we're getting rents of 1853, and then that gets escalated, whatever the number was, 2.23 per percent per year. So it's just taking year one and then multiplying it by that, and then getting to our final rent number of 2000 a month for the year. Oh, this needs to be updated because this is doing it by month. Okay, so then let's go and apply this times 12. Oh man, let me pause this real quick. The amazing thing about Excel is I had all the formulas tied to this. So I just added this and then I didn't have to make any updates here. But yeah, now this annualizes it. So the annual total rent received is going to be 22,000, some change. Same thing with property management. That's going to be an annualized number, and that's how much you've put away for war chest. So your net and cash increase, your profit after all rents and savings have been accounted for is that much. Oh, because it's a paid off house. Okay. So that's year five, all the way through year five. Now we're going to look at appreciation. Uh, Again, we are at an appreciation rate of 3%, and we're just going to do that for over a 5-year period. So in year one, at the end of year one, you have a house that you've bought for $100,000. It is now worth 103,000, and then you're just adding 3% on top of that year over year. So now your house at the end of year five is worth just about $116,000. So not bad, pretty good. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing down here, but we're going to adjust this so that there's debt. So we're buying. So this is just going to be looking at one house. One house rent amount is going to stay the same. The only difference is PITI, which needs to be annualized. Oh, and this I actually have to do. Oh, but that's going to be the same number across the board. Um, Making the assumption that property taxes don't change. Probably should have adjusted for that, but again, super simple. The idea is to determine to see what the difference in total cash accumulated and or total cash earned and uh, net worth, I think change you're going to see between buying one house in cash versus five leveraged. So here everything pretty much stays the same minus the PITI paid. And then same thing here, our appreciation per house, 3%, and then our principal pay down. So this is going to be a little bit different because we do have someone coming in, because you do have debt on here and we have an amortized loan. So I'm basically just taking year one and totaling that to get to a total of 737.47 principal pay down. So now that is an amount of the loan that has decreased because you have someone else paying for it, or you've had to make those monthly mortgage payments. So then every year that increases a little bit as you pay down the interest, or as your principal balance decreases, so does your interest amount that they can charge. For a total of, we're not going to mess with that, net cash increase. So the biggest thing that stands out here is that your net cash on a paid off house versus a leveraged house is pretty significant. It's about half, a little more than half, right? But the biggest difference here is that we have another piece to this because we have an appreciating asset, right? This needs to be T minus B18, B6. Why is that there? So, oh goodness, let me fix this. Okay, so our net cash increase for over a 5-year period, if we only look at one house, is 46,000. And then our appreciation plus the principal pay down gives us a total net worth increase of about $20,000. But since we are taking this $100,000 and spreading it across 5 properties, we're going to multiply this by 5 and this by 5. So our total net cash increased by 5 and our total net worth increased by 5 for a pretty hefty total. Holy crap. Um, yeah. All right. So then if we look at the comparisons between buying a house debt free versus leverage in our net in our paid off house, we have a net cash increase of $93,000 and a total net worth because of the appreciation of that property of about $16,000, which gives us a total of 109,000 total. And then on the leverage side, we have a net cash increase of 231,000, but an increase in net worth of 101,000 because again, you have five properties that you're now accumulating appreciation and principal pay down on versus just one on the paid off side. So you get a total net worth increase of 332,000. So buying five properties, all things being equal, right? All the maintenance and everything staying the same. You're not having to do CapEx or any of that. Your total net increase advantage on the leverage side is $223,000. So this is a scenario that I think I had come across when I first got started, but when I tried to go back and look for it, I couldn't find it. So I really did this for my own enjoyment, I guess. Uh, if you want this calculator, you want to play around with the numbers, by all means, reach out to me. I'm happy to give it to you. But yeah, hopefully this helped someone.